Good evening everyone. Am I audible? Good evening all. Am I audible? Good evening. So today is our last session, 20th day class of IoT. So before getting into the class, I want to share you something, which is yesterday some of them asked about the final project, right? So the link will be provided. The last date of registration is 10/6/2023. So before that, try to register. But you have to submit your assignment before 20. So you have 10 days time. For that, first you have to register through the link. So the last date is 10/6. So after that 10 days you have time for that. So before 23 you have to submit your assignment. Okay. You can choose any project, but it should be based on IoT only. So try to register before 10/6, and you have 10 days time for doing a project. You can do any project, whatever you want, but it should be based on IoT. Don't forget that. So the link is provided in the chat box. Make use of it. And then, so I need all your valuable review. So just share your thoughts about these 20 days class about IoT. So what did you learn from this class? What did you feel actually? I just want to know all your reviews. So please drop your reviews. The link will be provided. So regarding this, if you have any doubt in the sense, you can ask me. So do you have any queries about the project submission, registration? Is it clear everyone? Do you have any doubts? So shall we move to today's topic? Vasanta, good evening. Okay, so now let's get into the topic. So today's topic is ESP8266 Node MCU, which sends WhatsApp messages to your account. So today I will explain you how to send WhatsApp messages to your account with ESP8266 Node MCU using WhatsApp and Call Me Both free APIs. So these free WhatsApp APIs can be helpful to send message notifications and helpful to send sensor readings, motion detection and door opening alerts. So we will see how to call these APIs using the HTTP client library in Arduino IDE and send messages to your WhatsApp number. So here it is, call me bot and what about WhatsApp API. So the what about and call me bot are free and easy to use APIs to send WhatsApp messages by only calling an API from our ESP8266 node MCU using an HTTP client. So these APIs are a service that allows you to send yourself messages in real time. So you only have to register your phone and take note of your API key to send a message is necessary to execute an HTTP GET or HTTP POST from your microcontroller or app. So it is easy to use and you can receive real-time alerts in all your projects. So in case of what about, we need to send HTTP GET request and with call me bot we send an HTTP POST request. So we will use this service to send messages on a WhatsApp number. It is a gateway service that allows us to send messages to ourselves from ESP8266 node MCU or any other HTTP client, and you can also use ESP32 microcontroller also. So actually how to set up the what about API key. So just simple steps. So in order to use this service, we need an API key before calling API from the ESP8266 node MCU development board. So now let's see how to get API key. You can just follow these steps, but what you have to do is that you just create the what about contact in your smartphone. This is your phone number. So just save this number and you can say give any name whatever you want. So you just need to send a message which is I allow what about to send me messages. You need to send this message to what about. And you can copy the link that what about send you and change the text tag of the URL for whatever you want. It will reply you with some API key and links. So you can change the text tag of the URL which what you want to send. The default have like I think hello world or something. If you want to send some other messages in the sense, you can replace it with whatever you want. So note that important note is that if you do not receive the API key in 2 minutes in the sense, please try again after 24 hours. So chat will be look like this. If you send I allow what about to send me messages in the sense, it will send you with the link like this. You will get your API key and you will get a link like this. So here it defaultly have hello. So here you can change this according to your need. So the same steps for call me bot also. So here the WhatsApp message from the bot will contain the API key needed to send messages using the API. So you can send text message using the API after receiving the confirmation. So if you forget your API key, just send I allow what about to send me message again, and what about will send you the key you had. So if you want to change your API key in the sense, just send I want to update my API key, and what about will send you a new one. So note that you have to change the key in all your apps. So if you want to delete your WhatsApp what about account in the sense, just send I want to delete my account. So these are the 3 commands you have to send to your what about number according to your need. If you need to change your API key, or if you want to delete your key, or if you want to if you somewhat forget your API key in the sense, just send these 3 messages. And now for how to get call me bot API key. So similarly same step, add this number to your phone number for call me bot and send message like I allow call me bot to send me messages, and wait until you receive the message like API activated for your phone number. So like what about, you have to follow the same steps, and the call me bot also reply you with some API key and link also. The only difference is what about contain, what about in that link, call me bot contain, call me bot in their link. So same, note that if you don't receive the API key in 2 minutes in the sense, please try again after 24 hours. So the WhatsApp message from the bot will contain the API key needed to send messages using the API key. So now let's see how to send a WhatsApp text message with what about and call me bot API key. So for what about API, to send a WhatsApp message with what about API, we need to call the following API inside the ESP8266 node MCU code with the HTTP GET request. We have to use this line, HTTP line in what about. Similarly, we have to use this line for call me bot. So in coding section, we will see how to call an HTTP GET request with ESP8266 node MCU. Just note it down. We have to use this HTTP for what about and this HTTP for call me bot. So similarly, for call me bot, to send API WhatsApp message with call me bot API, we need to call the following API inside ESP8266 node MCU code with an HTTP post request. So we need to change something before calling API keys, which is phone number. Here phone number, this is the phone number which you used to sign up for WhatsApp. So make sure to include your country code along with your mobile number. Ours is +91, right? So you have to include your country code. And then coming to text field, this field is a message that you want to send on your WhatsApp number, and it should be URL encoded. So we will see later on how to convert messages in URL encoded format. So for example, in URL encoded format, like %20 is for space and %0 is for null, something like that. We will see in coding section. And then coming to your API key. The API keys that we get from what about API. You have to replace your API key here. So in the last section during the activation process. So Abhishek, there is no need to form a team. You have to do by individually. So everyone must do their own project by themselves. So there is no need to form a team. Just try it by yourself. Okay, so now let's move to the coding part. So before getting into the code, we have to install one library. So as discussed in the last session, to send messages through what about API, the message should be URL encoded, right? So URL encoding technique converts ASCII characters into a format that can be sent over the internet. So for this purpose, we use URL encoder library available in Arduino IDE. So we will use the library manager in our Arduino IDE to install the latest version of the libraries. So for that, just open your Arduino here. Include library, manage libraries here. Type URL encode. So here I already have this library. So if you don't have this library, then just go and download it. Search for the latest version. So by Masayuki Sugahara. So just download this. So now let's move to the coding part. first we need to include the necessary libraries for the ESP8266, right? So include ESP8266 Wi-Fi.h. And then, so this library provides function for connecting to and managing Wi-Fi network. And then another library which is for include ESP8266 HTTP client.h. So this library allows you to make HTTP request and then include Wi-Fi client.h. This library provides functionality for handling the underlying TCP or IP connection. And then include URL encode.h. So this library functions for encoding URLs. So then as usual we need to initialize network credentials. So constant character pointer SSID, which is here you need to replace, here I just give enter your SSID here. So today I am just going to explain the code, and I already explained what about and what is called keyboard and how to register and how to use that everything. So now I am going to explain this code and I will tell how will be the output. You need to try it by yourself, okay? So here you need to enter your SSID and similarly constant character for password also. So password, enter your password here as well as. So these line define two variables, one is SSID and another one is password. So the SSID variable stores the name of the Wi-Fi network you want to connect to, and the password variable stores the password required to connect to that network. So you need to replace your SSID and your password with actual SSID and password, okay? So now we need to give string mobile number. So enter your mobile number here, string, and another one is for API key. So same, enter your API key here. So here two variables are defined, one is mobile number and another one is API key. So the mobile number variable is a string that stores the mobile phone number you want to use, and the API key variable is a string that holds an API key. So you need to replace your mobile number API key with your actual mobile number and API key. So then we need to create one function which is called void send WhatsApp message. So inside I am going to give string message. So this line defines a function called send WhatsApp message that takes a string parameter name message. So this function will be responsible for sending a WhatsApp message. So inside what I am going to give is that string API URL, which is equal to, here we need to here we need to provide that link. I have already told here, right? So now we are going to just coding for what about. So if you are going to use what about in the sense, just copy this link and paste it in your code. If you are going to use call me mode in the sense, copy this link and paste it in your code. So here I am going to give what about. So here it is. So if you want to use call me bot in the sense, you can just replace this. I will also provide that link also. Sorry, not a link, it's a HTTP line. So for call me bot we have to replace with this. So then Wi-Fi client HTTP client HTTP. So these two line declares two objects, client and HTTP of the classes Wi-Fi client and HTTP client respectively. So these objects will be used to establish a connection with the Wi-Fi network and make an HTTP request. So then HTTP dot begin. Begin. Inside I am going to give client and API URL. So this line initializes the HTTP client with the specified client object and the constructor API URL. So it prepares the HTTP client to make a request to API endpoint. And then HTTP dot add header. So inside I am going to give content type and application /x URL encoder. So this line adds a header to the HTTP request. Actually it sets the content type to the application form of the URL encoder. So indicating that the request body will be encoded as form data. So then integer HTTP response code which is equal to HTTP dot get. So this line sends an HTTP GET request to the API URL. So the response code from the request is stored in the HTTP request code variable. And then we are going to make a if condition. So inside HTTP response code which is equal to 200. So inside serial dot print, like what I am going to print is that WhatsApp message sent successfully. So this is what I am going to send. So this line checks the response code which is received from the HTTP request. So if the code response, which means the response code is 200, it indicates a successful request, and a message is printed to the serial monitor indicating that successful message transmission. Yeah, Anusha, you have to submit your project individually. There is no need for a team project. So everyone should submit their project by themselves, and they have to do it by themselves also. So there is no team project. Everyone will do their project as by themselves. And now else serial dot println, inside I am going to give like, I am going to throw an error sending the message. Serial dot print HTTP response code, and then serial println. I am going to print that HTTP response code here. So if this condition is failed, in the sense this condition will established. So otherwise the error message is printed along with the actual response code. So now HTTP dot end. So this line closes the HTTP connection and frees any resources used by the HTTP client. So this is all about the WhatsApp sending message function. Then what we have to do is that now we can go for void setup function. So first let's start with serial dot begin 115200. So this line initializes the serial communication at a baud rate of 115200 bits per second. So it allows you to communicate with the ESP8266 board through a serial monitor in your Arduino IDE. So then Wi-Fi dot begin, inside I am going to SSID and password. So this line initiates a connection to the Wi-Fi network using the provided SSID and the provided password. And then serial println, inside I am going to print connecting to Wi-Fi access point. Okay. So this line prints a message to the serial monitor, like indicating that the ESP8266 is attempting to connect to the Wi-Fi access point. So then, as usual, for while loop, for what? Wi-Fi checking, right? So while I am going to check Wi-Fi status. So this block of code waits until the ESP8266 successfully connects to the Wi-Fi network. So it checks the status of the Wi-Fi connection using Wi-Fi status. So inside I am going to give a delay of like 500 milliseconds. Now serial dot print, inside I am going to just print a dot. So its status is not connected, it waits for 500 milliseconds, which is 0.5 seconds, and then prints a dot to the serial monitor, like indicating that it's still attempting to connect. And this is all about while loop. Now I am going to print while connected to Wi-Fi access point network with IP address. So once the ESP8266 successfully connect to the Wi-Fi network, this code prints a message to the serial monitor, which is indicating that the connection is established. And again we need to print the local IP address, right? So Wi-Fi dot local IP. So this also prints the local IP address assigned to the ESP8266 board. So then we need to mention that function name. Send WhatsApp message. Here we need to type what we need to send. So I am going to just send welcome from ESP8266. This is what I am going to. So this line calls the send WhatsApp message function, passing the message like welcome from ESP8266. So it sends a WhatsApp message using the provided function. So this is all about void setter. So then we need to assign void loop. There is nothing to give inside the void loop, so I am going to leave it blank. So this is all about our WhatsApp. What about API code? So there is no need for connecting ESP8266 code, because I just want to explain this code and I want to try it by yourself. This is your fourth assignment. I am just going to explain all the things, how to save the number and how to use that API, use that what about and call me bot, and how to get the API and how to write the code and everything and all. You need to try it by yourself. This is your fourth assignment. So I am telling again, this is your fourth assignment. You just need your mobile phone and ESP8266 or ESP32 microcontroller. So your fourth assignment is the same topic that we discussed about today, which is ESP8266 modems. You send WhatsApp messages to your account. You need to try it by yourself. This is your fourth assignment. So do anyone have doubts regarding this code? In the sense, you can ask me. Do you have any queries? So this is our code. After uploading code, in the sense, you can just open the serial monitor in Arduino IDE and you have to select that particular baud rate. We have mentioned 115200 here, right? So you have to select that particular baud rate and just press the reset button of your node MCU. You will see that it will connect to the network and print your IP address on the serial monitor. And finally, it prints a message like that message was successfully sent. Now you can just open your WhatsApp and within second you will receive the message like from WhatsApp board. Whatever you want to send, you will receive in your WhatsApp. So it will send like welcome from ESP8266. Is it clear, everyone? Do you have any doubts regarding this? Is it clear? Attendance link will be provided. I am asking about, is the code clear or not? So I will provide you the fourth assignment link. So do this fourth assignment and go and post it in the LinkedIn or Facebook, and after that just copy that link and paste the link in the fourth assignment Google form. So Venkateshwaran, clear? Okay. What about the remaining members? Is it clear? Do you have any queries or doubt? So this is our last class. If you have any doubt in the sense, you can ask me today. So select any topic, whatever you want for the 10 days. You have 10 days time, right? So you have to do one final project. So select one topic and just do it, try it by yourself. Is this session valuable for you? Did you learn anything from this class? Abhishek, yes, you have to do your project individually. There is no need for a team project. You should not do that. You have to do your project by individual. You can't do team projects. The link was already provided in the chat box. So just go and register. The last date is 10. So after that you have time for 10 days for project. So you can do whatever you want. Venkateshwaran, but you have you submitted the assignment in the LinkedIn or Facebook? You submitted your assignment in the group, in the sense it is okay. I will check. I think you will get your certificate after submitting the final project, I think. So if you have any doubts regarding the entire class, entire session, about the installation process or something in the sense, you can ask me. So tell me, how was the entire session, how was the class? Did you learn something new or did you gain anything from this class? Okay, Venkateshwaran, I will check it once. If you posted your assignment in the group in itself, I will check all your assignment. Don't worry about the Google form also. Google form is only for make the count, so don't worry about it. If you posted your assignment in the group, in the sense, you can just leave. So the link, I think they have already provided the link for review also. So please just drop your reviews in that link about the class. How was the class? Did you gain anything or did you learn something, anything new? I just want to know. So please drop your reviews using that link, okay? So the registration last day registration is 10/6. After that you have 10 days time for your project submission. So before 20 you have 10 days time, right? So 20th day, before 20th day you should submit your assignment. Submit your project. Last date for registration is 10/6 and last date for project submission is 26. And also you have to submit your 4th assignment in the LinkedIn or Facebook group, and I have provided you the Google form link also, and paste that link in the Google form also. So you have to submit your 4th assignment and as well as your project also. So is everything clear? Is everything clear or not? If you have any queries in the sense, you can ask me. If everything was clear in the sense, let's wind up the class. Okay, thank you everyone. All the best for your final project. So please try to submit project by yourself and try it by yourself. Go through the 20 days class and you will get some idea about IoT, and you will get some idea about how to do a project. So make use of it. Thank you all. Have a very nice day. So if you have still have any queries in the sense, they have provided the phone number in the chat box also. So if you have any queries or doubt in the sense, you can text to that number. Yeah, if you want your certificate in the sense, you have to submit your project. So thank you everyone.